What is going on? What's going on? It is Trinidad and Tobago's son, New York City's nephew, Carter Y-O-U-N-G. Today we got a special guest host. MIK will not be here today, unfortunately, don't cry. But we got a special guest host. He's an analyst specialist, IT specialist, overall biker boy, does all the crazy things on them two wheels. They simply know the man is Big Smoke. Get him, man, a round of applause for stepping in. Yo, thank you, sir. Thank you, Big Smoke, for stepping in, man. I appreciate you pulling up, stepping in for MIK. Big shoes to fill. Big shoes to fill. I want you to know.
Hey, remember, if they go back to old school days, I've been here. I've been here since day one.
Day one. That's facts. That's facts. That's facts.
10 toes down.
10 toes down. 10 toes down. 2 wheels, 1 wheel up. So we got a lot to cover today, man. We're going to talk about the Charlie Kirk shooter has been identified. We're going to talk about Trump deploying Marines and the National Guard over here to Memphis. We're going to talk about the Cvrter Thompson. If you do not know who she is, we will tell you about her as well. We're also talking about the madness and the threats that HBCUs have been suffering. FBI has been, saying that's just hoax, but we'll get into it. So right out the gate, the man accused of shooting conservative commentator Charlie Kirk has been identified as Tyler James Robinson. Just listen to how the name goes. Tyler James Robinson, age 22, from Utah. Robinson is charged with aggravated murder, obstruction of justice, and weapons violations. He was caught after a family member recognized him from surveillance images. It was his dad. So that's my son. How much money am I getting? 100K? He did it. Turned him in. The evidence includes footprints, palm prints, Discord messages about him buying a rifle, inscriptions on bullet casings and the rifle itself. Listen to me, people. This young man took it upon himself to, I guess you want to say, unalive Charlie Kirk. When they said there were inscriptions on bullet casings. One, I don't know if you heard this yet, Big Smoke. There was one inscription on the bullet casing that stood out to me. It was upright, down, down, down. Catch that. Do you know what upright, down, down, down is?
Getting called Helldivers, that's called a 500 kilobomb,
That is a 500K.
That's crazy.
That is a 500K. Listen to me. He's 22 years old, so clearly he played Helldivers. Those of you who've never played Helldivers, that's what that is. But Charlie Kirk was essentially assassinated in front of his family and hundreds of onlookers, more so millions of people worldwide, have this man's last breath captured on camera. It's being shared through social media consistently. Multiple news products have talked about it. I've spoken about it. We're talking about it on the show. You're going to hear from a whole lot of other people. My question is, for you, Big Smoke, how has this affected you in any way, knowing that Charlie Kirk was assassinated, he was killed? Does it bother you? Like, how do you feel?
I didn't know who he was until the shooting.
You didn't even know who he was?
It was not a person that was never on my radar. I do watch news and all this different stuff and check out different outlets, but not someone that I feel like would have piqued my interest, so to say.
Did you know what Charlie Kirk was known for?
Did you know down the rabbit hole? Yeah.
Okay. Some people are saying that he was an avid racist. He propagated violence. He was a big supporter of just separation and desegregation. He was big on just talking down on the Black community, women. He didn't really miss a lot of punches on anything, right?
Killing the civil rights.
Yeah, he thought civil rights was stupid. He had stuff to say about Malcolm X. He had stuff to say about Martin Luther King. So what he is, essentially, if you watch if you never heard who Charlie Kirk is, if you've watched South Park or heard of South Park, there's an episode with Cartman where he was debating and Mom walked in. He's like, "Mom, I'm master debating right now." That's what Charlie Kirk is. He's a master debater. He goes around different college campuses, challenging you to change his opinion or to debunk his opinion on certain topics in politics, in culture, whatever it may be. He'll say that Mike Brown deserved to die. Prove me wrong. And you're supposed to sit there and have a debate with this man and find. There are times that debates do get heated. He gets very disrespectful. He will call you an idiot. He's been caught on camera calling someone that's Asian a chink. He's very disrespectful. And a lot of people are saying, yeah, he's very unapologetic. A lot of people are saying that regardless of his opinions of how he felt, he did not need to die. Some people are saying he died the way he lived. He is quoted saying that certain gun deaths are necessary. People need to die by guns if that's going to support the Second Amendment. He died by a gun. So some people are saying he died the way he lived. He died standing on what he spoke on. Others are saying it was not meant for him to die. He should not have been murdered just for having an opinion. I kind of, where do you feel? Where do you feel? Like, do you feel, yeah, he shouldn't have been, yeah, I don't agree with you, but I don't think you should die for it? Or how do you feel?
I learned a lot in life that what you stand by and what you stand for and what you do and say in your actions speak louder than your words. If your action, of course, is producing and saying all the malice things that I'm hearing or reading, and of course you thinking that you're above and high above everything else, and you think you're a pillar of the community of serving the Second Amendment, and no matter of the consequences of the good or bad of it, and you yourself, in a weird way of being a great debater of all this, put yourself in a corner with everybody else, and you think you're high above it. Basically, I say a God complex. You think your life could not be affected by the thing that you are so strongly about.
Right.
Because you live in a nice neighborhood, you live in a nice town, kids probably go to Pikes, went to a beautiful school, probably live in HOA, never been to the hood. I gotta worry about the thing that I'm trying to protect come back and hurt me.
Right. Okay. I had this conversation with a few cats on campus today, and a young lady, I will not say her name, she said something very interesting to me. And well, to everyone, there was about 16 of us having this conversation. She said, do you shed a tear for the soldier that died overseas? Yeah, you do, right? Because they're fighting for your beliefs and fighting for your freedoms. Okay, but in the grand scheme of things, how many soldiers have died that you don't know their names and you've never heard of their names, so you'll never be able to shed a tear for someone you've never heard of, but their sacrifice is real. What she said was the difference is the way she felt it. The difference is between the composition of this is a police officer knows what they signed on for when they take the job. A soldier knows what they signed on for when they take the job. That's why they'll wear flak vests, bulletproof vests. It's because they know there's an inherent danger that they can lose their life. Charlie Kirk was known to wear a vest at times because he understood the vitriol that he was spewing would incite some sort of violence towards him. So he took necessary precautions to protect his life. He had bodyguards. He understood there was an inherent danger to his life. So he signed on. But she also made a very, very pointed comment to say, perhaps what we saw on social media and at these campuses was the character of Charlie Kirk. Maybe he didn't even believe any of the shit he was saying. But this was how he fed his family. And I delve into it. How many times when we were kids, we really believed Stone Cold and The Rock had beef, or Stone Cold and Vince McMahon really was beefing. Like we would, or you watch a movie. How many people was ready to swing on Tyreek for killing Ghost? Bruh, it's a movie. The world was ready to get Tyreek. Like, yo, you kill Ghost, nigga. It's on. It's on site. So what I'm saying is, you have to play devil's advocate to a point. Perhaps Charlie Kirk behind closed doors and off camera was a genuinely good person and did not believe any of the things that he was saying. Was not a hate monger, was not a racist, as people would say, was not this person that incited so much hatred, and separation amongst people. Maybe he was genuinely a good guy, but the character that he played is what got him murdered. Could be. We don't know. But all we know as Black people and Hispanic people and Asian people, we have been attacked, and his anger, be it pretend or not, he's been very vociferous about this, right? He said, if I see a Black pilot, I have to be worried on, is this guy capable? Is he educated to do it? Because I don't know. You're basically saying that we're not capable of anything. So were you saying it just to incite an emotional response? Or were you saying because you genuinely felt this way? I'm not condoning that.
I feel like, you know how when you're in grade school, right? When you go in grade school, the person that you are is not the person you come out at the end of the day. Because you realize your environment of the person that you need to be able to draw the crowd towards you, or draw people towards you, try to make friends, so far and so forth. I feel like one of his big moments when he opened Pandora's box, and he realized when he opened Pandora's box, he can't close it. But once he closes it, he won't be able to get the attention that he's getting now, or before his death, unfortunately.
So let me get this straight. From what I understand, you're saying he may have ran the gauntlet by playing this character and spewing all of these messages and going around the country debating people and having these platforms to say the things that he said, and it's gotten so far out of hand that he couldn't reel it back in.
You know who else? You know who else was like that? Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Ooh, oh shit. Oh, that's an interesting comparison. Tekashi.
His environment bring forth the beast and bring forth the person of his brand and character. The people around him basically narrated his life of the person that we thought was the gangbanger, all the bad things and all that thing. But of course, when it came down to it,
that's not him.
Just a puppet on a string.
Right. So, oh shit, that's dope. That's dope. So you're saying basically, possibly, Charlie could have just he was a victim of his own success. He got caught up in the madness of the characterization of the hate monger and people hate me, but this works. Right? This is how I'm going to make money. I'm getting, paid to show up at these different colleges, different platforms. I'm viral. People know I'm going on news broadcasts.
Influencing the youth and influencing the world. I am the light that shines abroad into the dark, and into the dark I shall shine and forever stand.
Okay, look, I'm really conflicted, right? Because people are saying, if you haven't been on social media, for those of you who haven't been on social media, I don't know how you're not on social media and you're not seeing the amount of hate that's coming from a majority of white America towards Black America. The amount, and I don't know if you heard or if you've been paying attention, the shooter was a young white male, okay? The shooter was a young white male. We have nothing to do with it. Nothing. So the threats against HBCUs, we have nothing to do with it. Nothing. I don't know where you're getting the idea that we had something to do with it. The schools impacted, HBCUs that were impacted, We're talking Alabama State, Virginia State, Hampton, Southern University, Clark Atlanta, Spelman, Bethune, Cookman. Like, the FBI is saying that it could be hoaxes, but campuses went into lockdowns, it was shelter-in-place orders, classes and activities were disrupted, raising concerns about the safety of Black students nationwide. Understand something. A young white male committed this crime. We had nothing to do with it. So where's all of this angst and vitriol coming from against us? When young Vaughn got murdered, Black America didn't say it was white people's fault. We didn't just pick some random white person to be angry at when Vaughn died. We didn't pick some random white person to be angry at when Pop Smoke died. We understood it was a thing that we helped perpetuate, and we understood that and we accepted that. But why is it the incapability of white America to hold themselves accountable? Because white America, you're moving like a bougie bitch right now who is incapable of holding herself accountable for her actions. Did you know they're protesting? White man, fight back. Fight back who? Yourself? We didn't do this shit. We didn't go buy the rifle and climb up there and shoot that man. We didn't put the Helldivers Eagle bomb on a gun shell. We didn't do that. We didn't do that. So why are you mad at us? Or is it just that you needed some random reason to be angry at Black people again? Because you felt like, oh, well, we ain't really been messing with the naggers lately. What did we do? That's my problem. But apparently what Charlie Kirk stood for, I was about to say a really, really crass joke and I stopped myself. What he stood for is very evident by the way white America is attacking Black people. You say he wasn't a racist and did it, but yet nothing but racist activities and threats are coming to us when it had nothing to do with us. Deal with your own house, because your house is filthy. Our house has got our own mess, but we dealing with it. But your house is filthy. This young man did not agree with him and murdered him. What does that have to do with us? I didn't see not one Black face in Utah wearing a MAGA hat saying, yeah, I can't believe I didn't see it. Did you see any Black face in Utah? Anybody sitting there saying, oh my God, I can't believe they killed Charlie? Did you see a Black face holding a rifle and running away? Did a young Black man buy the rifle? No. So what does Charlie Kirk's death, as tragic as it may be, to whomever may take it as a tragic thing, what does it have to do with HBCUs? Why do you have to threaten young Black minds and Black lives? What is the purpose that drives you to say, I want to attack Black people for something a white person committed?
It's easy. That's why.
Thank you. Because it's easy. We're talking about Charlie Kirk, and we're going to come back to that. But I'm a little unhappy. We're talking about him so much. Has anybody talked about the murder of Dakara Thompson? You know who Dakara Thompson is? No. Dakara Thompson is a 19-year-old from Prince George's County, Maryland. She was found dead after being reported missing on August 23rd. The suspect, Hugo Hernandez Mendez, an illegal immigrant, age 35. I'm going to go back again. An illegal immigrant from Guatemala. He drove her to his home in Bowie, killed her, dumped her body in the South River Bridge on Route 50. Skull fractures. He's being held without bond. But we're not talking about that. What we're talking about is Charlie Kirk and the young Black man that killed the Ukrainian woman that stabbed her on the train, who clearly had mental issues. But you want to juxtaposition this racial thing. Black man kills white woman. But let's talk about the real problem. And we were talking about immigration, right? An illegal immigrant murdered a young Black woman. Why are we not talking about that? We're not talking about that.
It's like going back to what happened in Florida, semi-truck.
Exactly. What's going on, America? Why is it you're picking and choosing what you want to be angry about? Because that's what it seems like. White America, you are picking and choosing what you want to be angry about. When a Black person is murdered by another Black person, There's no uprise from the black community saying, white people did it. We're not going to Harvard or we're not going to Yale.
Yeah.
Threatening Yale. Oh, we're going to get you guys because you killed Pop Smoke. We're not doing that. You know why we're not doing that? Because it's fucking stupid. And we know that. So yes, what I'm saying is you guys are fucking stupid. You're morons. You pick and choose when you want to be offended and angry. And you can say the same thing about us. That's fine. But at least we know how to be accountable for our shit. At least we know when we're wrong, we can say, yeah, we wrong. It's in your face that a white male murdered this man and somehow it's black people's fault. It is the equivalent of saying, I see Big Smoke getting robbed. We're both white males. I see Big Smoke getting robbed and Big Smoke says, yo, this guy's robbing me. Call the police. I go, I'm sorry, buddy. That has nothing to do with me. I'm minding my business, chum. Then I turn around and get robbed the next time. And Big Smoke sees it and I get mad at him. You're not going to call the cops? They just fucking robbed me, man. You're not going to help me? Hey, when it didn't bother you and it wasn't in your doorstep, it didn't matter. But when it happens to you, now it becomes a problem. You see the hypocrisy.
It's like moving into HOA. Now, you move to HOA, or they see when you move to HOA, the whole neighborhood comes out. They want to see who's coming in.
Yeah.
Especially when they see someone of color. Oh, it turns into uproar. Your first week in the HOA, that's a friend of mine that's dealing with this situation right now. They had people outside measuring grass, noise ordinances.
Wow. See?
Coloring. They doing everything possible trying to get him out. All because color of his skin.
Because he's black. And the first thing you know, they're quick to say is race isn't a problem in this country. Okay. So the Supreme Court upholding, basically saying that in California ICE can racially profile.
Yeah.
You literally just said, yeah, it's okay to racially profile. That's not a racial problem in this country. So if you don't identify as white, you're going to get pulled over.
Yeah, I'm not to start identifying myself as white, you know?
Yeah, I mean, you a couple quarters white. You're a couple quarters white. You're a couple quarters. You know, you got it in there, a couple quarters white.
I might hit that Uno reverse on people once in a while. I might get that card like, yeah.
Yo, stop, chum.
This is crazy.
Stop it, chum. You know what I mean? Like, I just, it's just the hypocrisy of it. You know, once again, is it okay that Charlie Kirk was shot and murdered in Utah in front of his family?
That I say no. 100% no. Unfortunately, no. That's the worst. It's the worst thing to ever happen
for the children.
Unfortunately, for the children, for his wife,
absolutely,
his family in general, and for those videos for forever
circulating. Yeah,
circulating.
Foul.
I won't wish that on my worst enemy. I'm sorry.
Right, but can the same be said for multiple black people that were killed on camera in those videos? Unarmed black men and women murdered by white police, and the videos are circulating as well.
They circulate, but they're hidden. Circulate.
You see what I'm saying? What?
Exposed, circulate.
So okay. I don't know if you saw Charleston White. For those of you, if y'all don't know who Charleston White is, y'all really don't live on the rock. Charleston White has some very choice words to say about Charlie Kirk. I'm simply paraphrasing. These are not my words. These are the words of Charlie. These are the words of Charleston White. Charleston White said he don't give a fuck. He said, I don't give a fuck that he got shot. I don't give a fuck that he's dead. Charleston White said, I don't care about his kids. I don't care it happened in front of his kids. I don't care. I immediately went to the comments because I couldn't wait to see what was being said. And it did not disappoint. It was white America, find this man, cancel him. He's disgusts me. He is so disgusting. And once again, white America, you pick when you want to be offended because now it's at your door, so you're offended. Charleston White said that George Floyd deserved to die. Said George Floyd was a bum. Black people was like, what the fuck is wrong with this dude? But we didn't go cancel him. I didn't see not one white person in the comments saying to cancel Charleston White when he was saying George Floyd deserved to die. I didn't see a white person saying that they need to cancel him. But as soon as you find, and I have to do one of your own is being attacked, then it's a problem. How is that a problem? So don't pick and choose when you're offended. Be offended all the time or just shut the fuck up. That's my thing. I do not feel any way left or right on Charlie Kirk being murdered. For a lot of people, they didn't even know who he was. In the words of Biggie, you're nobody till somebody kills you. A lot of people didn't know who the fuck he was. Most people didn't give a shit who the fuck he was. A good chunk of people didn't even give a damn about his opinions because guess what? It was his opinion. It was your opinion to be allegedly racist and bigoted. Fine. Our opinion was just not to give a fuck about you. Just because someone dies or someone is murdered does not automatically make them a saint.
But I feel like they turn him into a martyr than anything.
Absolutely.
But a martyr for what cause? A martyr of a blind cause because you're blindly acknowledging that the shooter was of the same race and directing it directly to all, I would say, darker races or African descent, Spanish, Asian.
Yeah. Like anybody else that's melanated. Anybody got melanin, they don't like it.
They don't like it. It's straight up in a way. I throw a boom. It's like a boomerang effect. I throw the boomerang, comes right back at me. Keep going over and over and over. But in this case, the boomerang was in the hand of the killer, but for some reason, when it came back around, it hit everybody else but him.
Yeah, it's like it went out. To me, the way I view it went out. White, blacks did it, blacks did it. Wait, how did we do it? I'm still really profoundly confused. I would love to get into the mind of a Charlie Kirk supporter and you explain to me what it has to do
with us,
with African Americans. What does it have to do with us? We were over here minding our ever-loving black business. You want to be racist? Okay, we were over here eating our motherfucking fried chicken, watermelon, and drinking our grape soda. All right?
Stupid.
All right? Raising our 4.5 kids with our 15 baby daddies or 16 baby mamas. All right? Minding our business. All right? We was over here counting our food stamps and all of that. Oh my God, people, we got a problem. Look who just jumped into the building. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome the wonderful Miss Nikki. All right? Listen. What you just tapped in, you know what just occurred. Charlie Kirk was gunned down by a young 22-year-old white male in Utah. We're talking and we're trying to come to an understanding because we're very confused, right?
Now,
a young white male shot another 31-year-old white male, right? How is it black people are responsible for this? Why are our HBCUs being threatened? I'm severely confused.
Why are they being threatened? What is the deal there? Because you know me, I try to stay away from the media.
After Charlie Kirk's death, protests, bomb threats, multiple black lives were threatened.
Really?
Somehow we did it. They caught the shooter, but somehow we did it. So I'm trying to understand the logic. Like this is where I feel like you have to log into the racist Neanderthalic mind, that Paleolithic mindset, that missing frontal lobe of the racist, right?
Missing frontal lobe.
Yes, the missing frontal lobe, of the non-melanated, the racial non-melanated, that you would profoundly say, this is black people's fault. And you missed it, Nikki. What we said was, when Pop Smoke died, right? When King Vaughn died, we didn't up in Black America didn't say, yo, man, it's white people's fault. Let's go threaten motherfuckers up there in Yale and Harvard, because we understood it was an us thing. It was black on black crime. We committed atrocities against each other, and that's just what it is. It's part of the hood. Your cat is crazy. It's part of the hood.
She's sorry. I'm sorry.
And that's what it is, right? So we are wrong, but we accept our mistakes and we hold ourselves accountable. And we know we need to stop being violent with ourselves.
Because I remember there were certain times where, just even Black people of color were not even with certain things that other Black people have done. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know when we're wrong and we'll admit it. Same thing with, like, what is it? Like, I don't even know who it was. Was it Puff Daddy or one of the big celebrity cases? And people were like, bruh, we don't claim that man.
Yeah, it was Puff. Like, we look, the only time Black people didn't hold ourselves accountable, mostly, one of the biggest times was OJ. He was like, nah, that nigga innocent. Like, we was all about your OJ innocence, son. You not taking my boy down.
Everybody was like, yeah, I think when it came to, and R. Kelly.
Yeah, we stood behind Kelly and we stood behind OJ. We was like, nah. Puffy was like, nah, that nigga bugging. He could take that. We was be out of there. No diddy. But what I'm saying is, you see how quickly we as a people hold ourselves accountable. White America won't hold themselves accountable for Epstein. They won't hold themselves accountable for 47.
Well, they're not holding themselves accountable for what they are, period.
They won't hold themselves accountable for Spacey.
Yeah, well, that's their problem. Like, they're not holding themselves accountable to understand what they are. You people are selfish that take over other people's land. That's how this started. So let's talk about that.
Let's say this.
Find where you were.
For those of you watching, this only pertains and relates to the racial-minded, bigoted, non-melanated ones. It's not all. You see, we different. We don't pie y'all all in one bowl like y'all do us. Okay? This is specifically for you clan-bearing. I'm wearing my hood today. I can't see a goddamn thing out of this, but can you see through this? We talking about y'all from Django. That's the ones we talking about. You got. All right?
I mean, do you think they know that they're like that? Do you think that they know that what they're doing is not unfair, but is very, very
stupid,
cruel and hurtful? Like, do they know that?
No, I don't think they know that.
And they said way a long time ago, race is taught, not something you're born with.
So clearly, that's a fact.
Well, it is. That is a fact, and I think
they were indoctrinated to be racist. That's absolutely true.
Well, when it comes to racism, I think that is a universal. That is an understood universal thing among every culture. In most cases, most cultures do not like darker skinned folks. That's just what it is. And I think a lot of that was always influenced from the white population because they were always the majority. So that's just my personal opinion. And I could talk about both because I'm half Black and white. So I can do whatever I want.
Hey, man, Big Smoke is a couple quarters white. He's starting
a couple quarters.
Yeah, a couple quarters. He's vitiligo. You know, the thing that Uncle Ruckus had. You know what I'm saying?
I can't.
Reverse vitiligo.
I can't.
We can like, the last time.
Like those people, like the Black people that just found out about Blacks in Scotland.
Yo, I laugh at that so much.
Oh my gosh.
I think
I'm like 20% Irish and Scottish. Like me and my sister have the Irish, but my brother has the Scottish.
So the Black people who just learned that they're Black people, first off, you have to understand, we're on every continent. Okay.
We don't just exist in Africa.
Yeah. Like, let's be real, okay? Eastern Africa and Western Africa has the most diverse genetic coding of anywhere on the entire planet. That's why you will see natural born Black folk darker than me with blue eyes and blonde hair. That comes from us, just so you people know that. So when you go, oh, they just trying to be Black, they just trying to be white because they all want to wear wigs. No, bitch. That's us just doing our own heritage. It's not just exclusive to you because you're Caucasian. It doesn't exist. I'm sorry. I hate to break your feelings. All right? Secondly, the Caucasian, the Caucasoid. I know, right? Thank you. The Caucasoid, right? The Caucasian has only been around for about 7,000 years or so. But the Black, we've been around, I mean, if you want to go science, you can Google if you want. 3.3 million years ago, they found tools, right, in Africa. 3.3 million years ago. Who you think was wielding them shits? Just saying. Your genome did not exist until 7,000 years. You're not superior to nothing. So what I believe is you understand that you're inferior. Your bone density sucks.
But here's my question though. Like, who came up with this thought though? Like, think about it. When it came to the pandemic, just think about this. It took one motherfucker to cause a whole pandemic. Think about it. One person came up with this. Like, one person made a pandemic happen. Like, it only takes one.
It's the Chinese virus.
It was the Kung Flu. It was the Kung Flu.
The Kung Flu got us.
So all it was the Kung Flu.
I cannot stand you guys.
No, listen. I'm unhappy because,
but, you know. Think about it too. And they had already stocks already on 2019.
If we go into the rabbit hole about COVID, bro, it's going to be insane. I mean, Michael Jackson talked about it. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to jump down the rabbit hole of COVID-19. All right? What we want to do is we want to go back to Tyler James Robinson. See, this is when you know you were set. Tyler James Robinson is the young man that killed Charlie Kirk, just so we understand. You like how they put his full name up there, right? Tyler James Robinson.
What is the overall consensus about the event? Like, what do you think about it, how it happened and all that stuff? You know what I mean? Because it is, at the end of the day, very traumatic for something like that. If you were a patron, you know?
I mean, look, the young man had his own belief system. He seemed to be insulted, felt that he I don't know, he felt that he was, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I can't pretend to understand what this young man's mindset was. I'm still
has he given like a statement or anything? Like why he did it?
Not as of yet. But they found, shell casings and he etched stuff into bullets. Right? Like he etched stuff. If you can read this, you're gay. Laughing my ass off.
So he's got a lot of mental health issues then.
Like songs on there, and you won't know this, but Big Smoke knows this. He also put something in there from a video game called Helldivers. There's a code of a stratagem you have to do: up, right, down, down, down. I find that really hilarious and severely twisted. That this kid put something from a video game on a bullet. That's insane. That just speaks of where this kid's mindset is, right? That he was able to do that. And once again, white America, racist white America, those of you, look into your own household and figure out what you're doing to fuck your kids up.
Yeah, because his father turned him in. Yeah, I was going to say his dad turned him in, I think.
So that tells you where his parenting is at right there in the show.
Right, and I asked my friend this. I said, if you as a parent, I don't have children, so like what would you do? Like if your kid did that, that's a tough thing because I do know that some parents would never turn in their kid.
Let me tell you something.
I've seen
parents come to my door. They come to my door. They kick my door down. Where is he? Where is who? Your son. I don't have a son. What do you mean? I don't know what you're talking about. I'm going to be so confused. They're going to arrest me just over saying you're in bed. But I don't know what you're talking about. We just went into his room. There's a room there. I had a room back there this whole time.
You're annoying.
I thought that was just a wall.
You are so annoying.
What are these pictures of you and this kid? That came with the frame, officer. I don't know what you're talking about. When you go to stores, you just buy the frame. These are pictures of families in it. That's what that is. Why does he look like you? What you trying to say? All black people look alike? Is that what you're trying to say?
That's exactly what they're trying to say.
I'm not turning my child in, right? There's no way in hell. But once again, you have to question what were the key things you missed as a parent that your son at 22 chose to go buy a rifle and go kill another. What did you miss as a parent?
That and what type of relationship actually was at home.
Yeah, what type of relationship you have with your kid?
Was there at home? Was there even a relationship at all?
See, and this is how we're having this conversation. Black people will hold themselves accountable and say, yeah, I failed as a parent. I did this wrong, and this is why my son or daughter did this. You people won't do that. And when I say you people, once again, I'm not saying all. I'm just saying the missing frontal lobe, the Neanderthalic ones that's in the caves is confused. Talking about you guys. Because something has to be profoundly wrong with you to be angry at somebody else just for their skin color. Look, I'm sorry that I can be out in the sun and I absorb the sun like Ra himself and it just works out for me, whereas you burn and cook and sizzle like fucking bacon or fried turkey. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. All right? It's not my fault that my hair, that my skin, that my bone density, that my brain, that my neuromelanin, just everything about me is just exuberant and beautiful. And the majority of what you have is
exuberant and beautiful.
You love it, right? And what you have is da-da-da. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that your sister is your auntie, bro. It's not my fault. Not my fault.
I'm sorry.
Well, I feel like I'm sorry. I feel like with Charlie Kirk, right? That's his name, yes. Charlie Kirk. I feel like with him, like, yes, you're entitled to your own opinion.
Absolutely.
It's a freedom of speech. You're allowed to do those things. But my problem with him and his content is the type of speech that he was spewing is hate speech, some of it. And I find that, you know, where does that line get drawn where it's freedom of speech or verbal attacks?
I will say
you know what
this,
I'm saying?
I will say this, right? In defense of Charlie, right? In defense of Charlie, Model Lori, appreciate your comment. In defense of Charlie, I will say perhaps what we converse was behind closed doors. Maybe this is not who he was, right? Maybe this was just a show. This was just a persona, and this is not who this man was. And he didn't believe in none of the shit he was saying.
You think so? I don't think so.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying we have to play devil's advocate. Maybe like think about it. Like we were talking, how many people wanted to hook off on Tariq for killing Smoke? We really believe, like we saw him in the street. People really wanted to hook off on him. Like, yo, you kill Smoke. How many people had moms who used to watch General Hospital and Young and the Restless ready to beat up Victor Newman for doing what he did to Nicole? Like, think about it. We get so embedded into the show, we don't realize it's not real. Maybe
it's hard to separate
Charlie
from
was playing a character, and he got so caught up in it. Maybe he was. Maybe this was how he fed his family.
I'm about to go get my blazer and slam a gavel. No, there is no way. I'm about to get. You know what? I might get my. You know what? Next time I'm putting on my red blazer, my power blazer, because no, there is no way that you mean to tell me that a man of that stature who preaches and lives and breathes this was acting. He's also raising two little kids to be this way. He's influencing other kids to be this way. Yes,
you have to remember.
He is, because he's rallying people and uniting them.
Listen,
so,
I'm not once again, I do not feel any way either, or I'm not sad, I'm not happy that this man was murdered. I want to let that be known. But what I'm saying is, we don't know who this man was off camera. We only know
camera,
what we're
I've
seeing
seen enough
camera.
that I could care. You know what? I'm going to keep that opinion to myself. It doesn't matter what I think.
Look, the man... No, I mean it's all about opinions, right? At the end of the day, that's what this is. It's all about opinions, and
exactly.
I'm just playing devil's advocate by saying perhaps when the cameras are turned off, this guy, is the greatest person on the planet. And he probably has black friends, and he's like, and he's like, yo, what's up, my boy? Yo, Tyrone, yo, what we doing later on tonight, man? Like maybe he was just a chill dude, and we were just privy to this negative image of him because that's what worked for him, and that's how he fed his family. And it's all good in entertainment. Maybe.
Now, why do that though?
Or maybe he was a genuine, all around racist, bigoted asshole who deserved the bullet that came to him because he said, and I quote, "Gun deaths are necessary."
Well, he died for what he believed in.
You died for what you believed in. So if that's the case, but what I'm saying, you have to be on both sides. Maybe this guy was a genuinely good guy, and it is just a character that he was playing and a persona, and it just got out of control. And he lost his life because of it, or he lost his life because of the vile things that he was saying. It still comes back to what the fuck we got to do with it.
Yeah, like, that is very odd.
I'm really confused. Like, I would love to sit down. I would love to sit down with the non-melanated racist ones and have them explain to me what we did. How did we get that man shot? How?
It doesn't, because it's they don't have accountability. So you're asking a question that for something that's common sense, it's never going to happen. You would think that people have accountability all the time, and they don't.
No,
like,
what's up, Big
Smoke? Look at your coworkers. You know what I'm saying? Like,
man, what was you about to say, Big Smoke?
Nah, he listened to
come on, bro. Like, Oh my goodness, I'm done. I'm done. I can't. I just can't. On top of that, because we don't want to. We don't want to let this go. 47 has announced the deployment of the National Guard to Memphis to help combat crime. Just so you guys know. I don't know if you know that or not. Not to mention the 400 Marines he's deploying to Venezuela as well. Just
what? And he's supposed to send them to Chicago too?
Yes, he's going to Chi-Town. Listen, I want to say something, right? Chicago.
I just went to Chicago.
You was out in Chicago?
I went there last weekend for the first time.
Did you go out there? Did you go out there to run a drill? Was that what it was? You went to slide all your ops? Was you out there like, I'm not from 63rd?
Yes, that's exactly what I did.
Okay, you didn't go to 63rd. All right, bet. Nikki was out there running on the ops. What I'm saying is this. Chicago, YNs, listen. I understand that y'all put in that work with the switch and y'all about that life. You are not military trained. Please do not go up against these military.
That's the thing about Chicago, though. Like, the thing with Chicago is, like, they are not having it. Like, I don't think they are not having.
I respect that there's a better way to do it. I'm not saying. I want you to pay attention to what I'm saying, people. All right, Chicago, YNs. You are not military trained to go against these people. All right. They are raised on tactics. They understand how to dissolve a problem quickly and quite expeditiously. Okay? But what I will say is this. It's the national. That's all I'm saying. It's the National Guard.
So what does that mean?
Half of these guys, work at Reebok. You know what I'm saying? No, for real. What I'm saying is, no, look, I'm just keeping it a buck. They weekend warriors at best. They're not active. They're not active. They haven't really seen real combat. This is probably the most action they'll ever see in their lives. What I'm saying is, don't provoke stupidity with stupidity. That's all I'm saying. All right. I don't know what else I could tell y'all. Hold your heads. Be safe out there. And I'm not from 63rd. RP King Von, man. Free Durkio. like, for real. Like, look, man. Oh, Nikki, did you hear about Dakara Thompson? Do you know who Dakara Thompson is?
No.
You don't know who Dakara Thompson is? Okay.
No.
I would love. So. Okay. They're talking about the young Ukrainian woman that was stabbed on the train by the black man. You remember that? That came across the news recently, right?
No, I told you I don't watch the news.
Oh, that's right. You don't. Okay, well.
I stay away from it because it stresses me out.
Okay, well,
but I hear about it from people like you, my journalist.
Oh, well, Dakara Thompson, thank you. I don't know if I'm a journalist, but Dakara Thompson was a 19-year-old from Prince George County, Maryland. She was murdered by an illegal immigrant.
Okay.
Hugo Hernandez Mendez. He was from Guatemala. He murdered her. Her body, she disappeared on August 23rd. They recently found her body. I'm trying to understand, where's the outrage, where's the news coverage for what just happened to her? But they have been throwing it all up on CNN and the news with the Ukrainian woman that was murdered.
About this Charlie Kirk and don't care. And wasn't there like a school shooting or something that same day?
They don't care. They don't care.
Yeah.
Why would you care? What's up? What's up, Smoke?
Okay, of course. This all happened on 9/11, by the way.
No, Charlie Kirk was on the 10th. He died on the 10th. The day before. Yes.
But 9/11 was completely
forgotten.
Never happened. Forgotten. Never happened.
Yeah, I would agree.
9/11 was an
it was eclipsed by all these events at once. And the crazy thing about this too, I think I know where the blame came from now, because what happened to the Ukrainian girl, automatically it happened to Charlie at the same time, around the same time. We gonna blame us.
Oh, so what you're saying is, because the Ukrainian girl was brutally assaulted, she was murdered, she was stabbed, and she died. The black man, you can clearly see that he has mental issues. He's not right now. There's no way in hell you can sit here and say that this man was in the right frame of mind. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is, you're saying is because of that happening, and then Charlie, it was easy to say it's us.
Yeah, you know why? I watched that video with the Ukrainian girl. Rest in peace to her now, and shout out to her family.
Yes. This happened in Charlotte, North Carolina. On the train.
I was very enraged when I saw that video.
Enraged.
Yes. Her name is Irina. Her name is Irina Zarutska. Irina Zarutska.
Because that happened to my niece, daughter, anybody of any woman in general. My rage I was flared up because I didn't know the whole story, but still, by watching that video alone, all the emotions that came and I couldn't put it anywhere. All the anger, the frustration.
But you see,
couldn't go anywhere, but it got directed, towards us after.
Prime example, right? We didn't see a black man killing a white woman. We just saw a young man doing some stupid shit, ruining his life, right? And we understood the racial aspect of it and what it would mean for us because of that action. Because we know if she was an African refugee, no one would give a shit. We know that, right? We know that if she fled from the Congo and got stabbed on the train by another black man, no one would care. But because she was a young Ukrainian white woman who fled persecution from Ukraine seeking asylum in America and was murdered senselessly by another person, it just happened to be black, it would piss people off. But black people, once again, white America, you Neanderthal racist bastards, only you guys, not the good ones. We, black America, we said, this dumb motherfucking nigga. We were enraged right along with y'all, the good ones, not the negative ones. We were mad and disappointed, and we held ourselves accountable like this dumb motherfucker deserves everything that comes to him because that was fucked up, and we don't support that shit. Point blank, period. But we didn't turn around and say, white people's fault. We didn't do that. We held ourselves accountable. You need to do the same thing. Charlie Kirk's death had nothing to do with black America. We had nothing to do with it.
I don't even know if a lot of black America really knew much about him, to be honest.
No, we didn't know. Look, Smoke didn't know who the hell he was. A lot of people
had no idea who he was. I think nobody I only know about him out of just straight up location. Like, I'm in Texas.
Yeah.
So I hear about a lot of those things on the West. You know what I mean?
So social media has been blowing up so much about this man.
Yeah, now you're seeing his debates everywhere.
I see him everywhere. And then the crazy thing is, okay, let me take it back real quick. It remind me of 2008 when Barack Obama was still president. It reminded me of when he won, how divided everything was.
Yes.
Because out of nowhere, you see some black people, oh, why that person why did he win presidency? We needed a person to be able to lead us, not you know what?
Yeah. But listen, man, on this platform, you can say nigga, bro. We good. Like hey, on Banter and Bullsht.
Uncomfortable.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know if I can say it. Look, you can say nigga.
You can say nigga.
You can say motherfucker. You can say bitch.
I ain't want to say Uncle Ruck.
You can say all the naughty words.
Yeah, you can say all that. Yeah, you can say all of that. All right?
You can say all the naughty words that you got in trouble for.
I don't want to be Uncle Ruckus on here. I don't want to be a real Uncle Ruckus on here, you know? But yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you just said. Look, listen, man. I appreciate y'all being able to sit down and have this conversation. Shout out to model Lori. She tapped in and she made some comments as well. So I appreciate her comments. She's a new subscriber. Appreciate you. Listen, America, we are sadly divided, and we're divided in a very stupid way. And the way that we're divided is the racist Neanderthal Caucasian, not the good ones. I'm gonna always say that because there's so many chill white people
just put a banner on the screen.
Yeah, the chill white people that don't be bothered for this bullshit. Just be like,
they invited to the cookout.
Yeah, they invited to the cookout.
You know.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they good. Brian, what's good, bro? Like, they are just like, this is so stupid. I don't know why we're going through this. And we love you for that. But those of you who feel that you're a superior race and this, stop it. Stop. You wouldn't have anything if it wasn't for black hands. You like, we built this. You stole this country. You didn't build shit. Black people built this.
There were people
Asian
here.
people built this. There were people here before. You didn't discover shit. You stole. You plundered. You murdered.
And I say this all the time. Only people that can say they're true Americans are the Native Americans. I'm sorry.
And the Native Americans were black. But look, we're not getting into the history conversation. What we're going to say is, we're not going to do. What we're going to say is, I don't know if I see Nikki, she got a glass. You don't got nothing to take a sip on. You don't got nothing to take a sip on, Smoke. I don't know what it is. Listen, man. I would see, look, she's swirling. Sommelier. She's a sommelier.
Hold on.
That's what I was going for, right?
She went to the sommelier.
Yes, darling, yeah.
She went to the... Big Smoke gonna go get himself a drink, because we gonna do the shots and a quote. Nikki, I appreciate you tapping. I knew you was gonna have something to say about that, man. Like I said,
yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate when anyone passes away, but I mean, I just feel like with his situation, it's just, because at the end of the day, his kids they were his children, and that was his father. So that was their family. So I do feel saddened for them, but I also feel like, they are in a place without him here, unfortunately, in that manner, are going to be able to form their own opinions.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, I feel no way either or. I'm not happy or I'm not saddened by it.
Same, and very indifferent.
Yeah, I know when I die, I know only people that know me are going to feel the pain of my life being taken or lost or me passing away. Those that don't know me,
when you pass away, we're having a party.
Y'all better too.
Like a whole party. I don't want a sad funeral.
Yeah, y'all better turn up. I don't want a funeral.
Music. I want doubles. No, you want Eastern Parkway. That's what you want.
Oh, I'm gonna tell you this right now. You pass away, or I pass away, we better have some type of powder party, I don't care.
We turning up. Listen, when I die, first off, Brian just said, let's focus on actually making America great, because it was never great to begin with. That's what Brian just said when he tapped in.
Love that.
That is true, sir. That is true. When I die, just burn my body, put my ashes in a weed plant, smoke me. Maybe I could come back like Ivory.
I know that's right.
That's really all I want. All right. That's
Jimmy
it.
Irie.
That's it. You know what I mean? But I will say this. Rest in peace to Dakara Thompson. Condolences to Dakara Thompson's family. To Charlie Kirk, you died for what you stood for. To his family. So like I say, hey, you tough, right? People get shot every day, B. You know what I'm saying? But I will say this. Your life is measured by the actions that you take on a day-to-day basis. The words you say have power. As we can clearly see what transpired these past few days, words really hold weight. Speak what you want good in existence. When you speak negative, when you share all the type of vile, hateful things, that's what you will attract. So until then, appreciate y'all for tapping in. Salute. Be safe. My name is Carter motherfucking Young. I appreciate you, Nikki, for tapping the fuck in. Big Smoke for tapping in. Model Lori for tapping in. Brian for tapping in. America, we can do better. But until then, I will see y'all next week, Friday. Let's go.